Hello, hello, and welcome back to our journey of the Arcane. Did I typed in Arcane journey, didn't I? In the Discord, I just realized. Just did I do it right in the? Yeah, okay, I did do it right in the stream title. Thank you for the follow, Darren. I appreciate it. And hydration check. Hello, Aeon, Stingray, Ivanala, Thomas, and Darren, and push-ups. Qtals are strong. It will be after. You're not sorry. And thank you for the hug, I appreciate it. One sec. I gotta do push-ups. I guess we'll do some push-ups before we get into the story again. Wake up push-ups. Yeah, I am. Actually, I don't feel more awake than before the push-ups. But I am awake. That's thank you. I did push-ups well, didn't I? Okay, let's jump right in. Which was this one. Yes. Okay, yeah, we were right before we got a new person to testify, which was Prince Alaric, whom is 9? 8? He's a kiddo. I don't know why we'd be calling a kiddo to the stand, but I'm gonna do my best to do his voice, which is gonna be hard. Are you trying to say that Prince Alaric is unqualified to give proper testimony, Your Honor? Of course, he's saying that the kid is 7 years or even younger. The kid is 7 years old. No, of course not. Of course, yes. He's a child. You can't just call a child to the stand without reason. I drew you a thing. Sorry, wait, you drew me a thing? Is it in the lounge? It is in the lounge. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. Okay, art intermission. This is too cool. We're not gonna wait with looking at this because this is so cool. This is so cool. This is so flipping awesome. There. Look at him. That is so cool. Don't smoke it, but also I look really flipping cool here. I love the earrings and the boots. I've got such cool boots. Flipping badass. Thank you. It's a candy I don't think candy cigarettes smoke usually. I also don't think that's a brand of a candy cigarette. We'll just ignore that. And that is so cool. And there's like a glow on my hand, and it's like, it's so cool. It's a fancy candy cigarette. You gotta keep your gravelly voice. I can't control my gravelly voice. It's my morning voice. It's the voice I have when I've talked a lot the day before. So I guess it's slightly there, but it's not as much there as last time. I'm sorry. I sadly I can't turn it on and off. However, next Sunday I probably will have a gravelly voice because Saturday I'll be going to a party and I imagine I'll be talking a lot. So more gravelly voice Luna coming soon. But it is so cool. It is really, really, really cool. I adore this. Party owl, party owl. Oh, I look so cool. Just, I love the boots. The boots are just, yes. And the earring is a really nice detail. Like, that is neat. I like the pin and everything. This just, you made me look so flipping awesome. Can I come to the party as well? I'm not, it's not my party. It's someone else's party. I can't just invite people to a party that I'm not organizing. I don't know if the owl had ears. I typically draw my character without the ears showing to like slightly like I haven't really decided, so either way is fine. But because owls don't have ears, I generally draw it with my ears hidden to just kind of, I don't know. But this looks really nice. It's like a really good head tilt, and I think the earrings are so I like yeah, I potentially have ear holes. But I like whenever I'm drawn like in super different scenarios. Like this is like a like the villain Luna and then like the flipping the badass smoking Luna. It's just different versions of me. Different Lunas. Eventually I'll have a whole roster of Lunas all there at the same time, and most of them are way cooler than I am. Yeah, you guys draw me so cool. Thank you. It makes me really, really happy. I will have to wait putting it in the reel till after the stream, because I can't do that really quickly. Different Lunas. No, I'm badass. I'm very cool. Not cute. Very cool. But if yeah, I'll have to put it in the reel after the stream because I can't do that right now. If I forget, do remind me. But I think I'll remember. But yeah, thank you so much. It's very awesome. It makes me really really happy. Let me get back to the game though, because we have a murder to solve. So for anyone who doesn't know, we are currently on the prosecution side because Arya just flipping like collapsed in the courtroom because she was attacked. Smoking hooter, smoking cow. Hello, Seb. If you're happy, we're all happy. Well, if it only was that easy, that just one person being happy would just radiate enough happiness for everyone else. But yeah, thank you so much. It's yeah, it makes me really it's really cool. So we're currently the prosecution because Arya collapsed in the courtroom. Because she was attacked earlier today and she was hiding her wounds with illusion magic, and she had someone try and heal their wounds, but it didn't hold up. So we jumped in as the prosecution, and we were going against our mentor. And then just before this, our mentor like took us to some weird back alley street, and apparently our mentor is in league with the mafia, and was like, "Hey, I need you to like lose this case because the mafia wants this person to win." And we were like, no. And then Eris actually kind of saved our hide by saying, yes, I'll totally convince them. And then she didn't convince us, but she did kind of seed seeds of doubt into like Tyron's mind. If like she's like, yeah, so your mentor is actually kind of maybe betrayed you and might have not had the best like yeah, might have just wanting to use you. And also, have you considered that maybe the Celeste, which is our partner in crime or in our partner in justice, might also just be in it for the money? And then he's like doubting everything, and it's not good because Celeste and him were very very happily dancing earlier this same chapter, and it's not fair. Eris, why could you? Why did you? Our boy. So now we're going to apparently call a 7-year-old to the stand, even though his brother was also there and would probably be much better fit. But I think that's on purpose from our former mentor, whom we're now like not on good terms with at all. Because he's very biased towards the client, that she wants to be not guilty, but we know that she probably did it. We definitely know she did it. Also, the person that is probably the murderer has a demonic familiar. So just let you know, I was busy, so I didn't plan on coming in, but I'm very glad I did. Well, I stream at the same times, but if you're very busy, like the VODs will be there. Like sometimes live stuff needs to be done. Yeah, let's continue. Is the prince ready to testify? You're not going to have we're gonna have a 7-year-old testify. Grow his spine for Lord's sake. Thank you for coming in, Prince Alaric. Could you please...
Hold your tongue, knave. You will speak when you're spoken to.
Oh dear. Oh god.
He sounds exactly like Miriam when we first met her.
Yeah, I guess that's just the way they're raised to speak. Honestly, he behaves exactly how you'd expect a prince of this rotten kingdom to act. Unlike his brother, who's actually kinda nice. Aster's the odd one out in this situation. It makes you wonder what made him so down to earth. Yeah, what happened to Aster? Because Aster is like... not at all like the other royals. In the bestest of way. I do like his design. The little guy looks cool. Your Highness? Mr. Hubert believes that the defendant used her magic while she was with you and the Crown Prince. Bro had a canon event and grew a conscience. Yeah, but we don't know exactly what it was.
I already gave my statement to the instigator.
That's not the right name.
This man dares to question my testimony.
Trying to do the high voice. Consistently, it's gonna be hard. Like, he should have a higher voice, but I have, like, very little range. Yes, he said it, not me. He's like, no, I'm 80 years. I'm so close to retirement. I don't want to piss off the crown. Wow, the judge didn't even think twice about throwing you under.
But very well, if my testimony is required to strike down these redundant accusations, I will bestow it upon you.
The judge had some owl vibes. A little. What a wonderful judge. She dips when a demon appears, throws you under the bus. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, sometimes he did humor us, like, interrogating a monkey. So, he isn't all bad. He does sometimes allow our shenanigans. So, you know, it is what it is. Redundant? Don't you mean ridiculous? Mr. Hubert, do not dare to suppose what His Highness really means. He is 7. He's used the wrong words a couple times now. To be fair, I don't think he thought you were going to bring a monkey in, and it was too late for him to go back on his word. True. And he does have to abide by, like, the laws, and he was like, well, he is right. There isn't a law against bringing a monkey in to testify. So, for fairness sake, I have to allow this. He at least has a standard, I guess. Just mostly in terms of law, not in like personal morality or like having his fine. Damn, Tyrell. His boots must be shining from all that licking you're doing. What was that? Nothing. He's like, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, there we go. This is gonna be something.
You think Lady Fregra cast magic right in front of me? Don't be a serf. She was under the careful watch of the Kingsguard, my brother, and Lord Steelwind.
Do you think you would be a good judge in the court of law, Aeon? Absolutely not. I don't know law.
We conversed for the whole night and I didn't see her cast any magic. She's been through so much over the last few years, all because of her horrid father.
Aww. The kid cares about her. So do the others, like... I do feel for her. Apparently, like, her father is, like, just jerk. I'm not gonna do that.
She'd never do something like this. You and Lady Steelwind are just jealous.
He seems really convinced that he didn't see anything. You doubt that he's intentionally lying. Celeste, usually when you cast detect magic, I can see magical energies overlaying your eyes.
Yeah, there's always a visible magical effect on the target when I cast a spell.
But Marunat was probably in another room. The Kingsguard wouldn't see the initial magical effects of invisibility. Isn't that illegal? No, she's not. as a judge, you're not the law. You're just the one, you can't just make up laws. That's not what you're supposed to do. I'd 100% snap at someone and insult them. Besides, to be a judge, like, I believe you need to, like, work in the law system for a while first. Like, you can't just, like, rock up to the courthouse one day and say, like, yo, I want to be the judge. Let me do some judging. And then they'll just be like, yeah, sure, put on these robes. And what you're supposed to do, but who's going to stop you? The rest of the law system, probably. I'm fairly certain that there's checks and balances for that. I could ask my sister, she actually studies law, but I don't think she'll humor a question that ridiculous. You'll have to remind me, maybe I'll be able to ask it tonight. And don't forget you have to wear a fancy wig at some place. I believe that's only England. Only England still does that, as far as I know. Even if there wasn't a visible effect in that room, she would have still needed to say the incantation and perform the gesture with her hands. Yeah, I have a sister. Right, like how you shout Reperio Arcanum every time you scan a crime scene. I don't shout it. She totally shouts it. Anyways, she must have done the incantation and gesture at some point during the night. Did she ever get an opportunity to conceal herself to do so? Instead of fancy wig, you should wear a cowboy hat or maybe an executioner's hood. I believe there's dress codes in the courtroom, and I believe as the judge, you also need to follow the dress code. And I don't think a cowboy hat or an executioner's hood is according to the dress code. I'm going to go, I've got a lot of stuff to do. Alright, take care. It's okay. I'll see you another time. Celeste, what do you usually need to do to cast a spell? There are a lot of factors involved, honestly. Stamina and focus are a big part of it. Assuming that she's in perfect condition, what's the bare minimum that she would need to do? Well, she would have to focus her magic, say the incantation, and perform the gesture with her hands. All at the same time. That does sound pretty conspicuous, but she must have hidden it somehow. We think it's the clap she does. Okay, time to press every statement. He probably meant don't be absurd, but there's not much to gain from correcting him. You may think the idea is absurd, Your Highness, but the defendant was clearly good at keeping secrets. She could have easily concealed her actions at some point during the night. A brief moment to say the incantation and perform the gesture would have been all she needed. But I wasn't the only one watching her. But would they have really noticed her casting one spell? The King's Guard are the most vigilant knights in the kingdom. They are trained to watch and counter mage's spells. A mage's spell. But the defendant needed to target someone who was in another area. There would be no visual indication that she was using magic. But she would have still needed to perform the incantation and complete the gesture with her hands. Kit does know magic, and push-ups. Someone made a mistake in not having a cooldown on the button. I pushed the button. There is a small cooldown. Just a small one. Let me get this one over, and then the next press I'll do some push-ups first. He's pretty knowledgeable about the arcane arts, but as a prince of Wyvern, you suppose that's to be expected. Yeah. Push-ups done. If I recall correctly, you and your brother were with her until she was arrested for the murder. What did you speak about? She told us stories about what she did while she was away. She researched something. I forgot what she said. Something about the old cult. Okay. I have a feeling that's kind of a touchy subject. Do you mean the occult? That also seems like a touchy subject, but that makes more sense. Yes, that's it. Or yes, that's it. She was researching ghosts and demons. That explains the demon by her side. Considering who her familiar is, her research must have borne fruit. Anyways, Your Highness, could you please add this to your testimony? If I must.
Okay, I do want to get back to this, but I also want to press on the other stuff. You're clearly sympathetic to her situation. But you must have only been a toddler when she left 5 years ago. My brother spoke of her a lot. He told me all about her. I could tell from his face. He was really sad that she ran away. Even if it's not romantic, Aster clearly cares about her a lot. The prosecutor must have complicated feelings about that. You know, if I must add the suspect studied demons to this testimony, I will. Yeah. Well, I can't speak for Miss Steelwind, but I'm just trying to get to the truth. Liar! You just hate her because she's a noble, don't you? Fine. Lord von Sanctus told me all about you. You just want to lock nobles up because you're jealous of how much gold we have. Ah, so he speaks with von Sanctus frequently. That actually explains a lot about his personality. Okay, yeah, no, we already know that. Let's press on this one again. Wouldn't saying the occult is a fascinating phenomenon be more grammatically correct? Tyrone, I don't know if you should be correcting the 7-year-old prince on the grammar so much. Come on, Tyrone, don't be one of those guys that corrects other people's grammar. Yeah, we all say things incongruently sometimes. You feel like he might be projecting a little. What do I... Celeste is 18. I think this is the one I need to present something on, but what do I present? Okay, it's most logically that I need to present on this, because this is the statement that changed. However, what the flip do I present on this? Do I present him on this? But that is not, it's not going against anything. I definitely want to save. Because I'm gonna mess up on this. Cast magic missile. I don't have magic. Certainly don't have magic missile. I didn't see her cast any magic. Okay, but... I mean, you wouldn't see... Oh, the gesture is clapping both hands together. Okay, no, not... Objection! To cast a spell, a mage needs to speak an incantation, but there's nothing that says you can't say anything before or after it. Your Highness, according to your testimony, the defendant told you that the occult are a fascinating phenomena. Is that exactly what she said, word for word? Yes, the stories she told us were quite interesting. They really struck a chord with me. I see. Well, even if they were interesting, your testimony proves that she did cast the invisibility spell that night. Are you deaf? I already told you. No one heard her say any incantations, nor did they see her perform any gestures. Unfortunately, your testimony proves the contrary. Beatrice Fregra said an incantation and performed a gesture right in front of you, all without anyone even knowing it. What? Your Highness, there are two components required to cast invisibility. First, the caster must speak the incantation. Occult R. Ah. And clap both their hands together. Oh. So I realized the clapping both hands and... Oh, that's clever. As I'm sure you noticed, the defendant has a habit of clapping both her hands to calm herself. Now that I think about it, that habit must have come from constantly casting the spell. The defendant requires Marunat to see, so she must constantly cast invisibility to keep him invisible. Hubert, you may have an explanation for how she did the gesture, but she would have still needed to speak the incantation. But she did speak the incantation, and the witness testimony proves it. What are you talking about? I never said that she spoke any incantation. Your Highness, the incantation for invisibility is Occult RA. Now recall what the prince said in his testimony. A gasp. She said, the occult RA, fascinating phenomena. The pronunciation of that one phrase is identical to the incantation. That is very clever. I see, so she hit the incantation in her dialogue. And because her target was a creature that was outside of the ballroom, no one saw the magical effects. This means that Marunat had the means to murder William Fregra just as Eugene did. Having the means is completely different from actually having done it, Hubert. Very few people had the ability to shatter the display case to steal the sword of spell eating. And even fewer people had a familiar small enough to traverse the vents. Which also makes Haraldson's familiar an equally likely suspect. And unlike my client's familiar, he admitted to breaking into William's study that night. If your client's familiar is truly innocent, then why not have him testify before the court? And now we're going to have a demon testify. I don't know if that's a good idea. I see. Well, it's not as if he's the first unprecedented witness we've had today. We've had a monkey, now we have something that we know is intelligent. I don't see that there's much of a difference here. Is Maruna willing to testify, Miss Mora? Well, the judge is going to need a heavy drink tonight. Yeah, I think he's very worried that he's not going to live to the end of the day. I'd be worried. Either you piss off the crowd or you piss off a demon. Neither seems good options. You see Tamora deliberating with Beatrice and Maruna. You can't hear what they're saying, but they're clearly in disagreement with each other. Maruna in particular seems to be the most vocal about his displeasure. Your Honor, unfortunately Maruna is unwilling to testify. Why the change of heart? My client's familiar may be a demon, but he's afforded the same rights as any other person. Which is only fair. It's only fair. Like, it's not good for my case, but it's only fair he at least gets the same base rights as every other intelligent, like, being here. He's not obligated to testify. You look at Marunat and he's grinding his very sharp teeth together. For some reason, he appears to be looking at you with intense hatred. Oh, that doesn't seem like a good thing. Make sure to keep your windows locked, buddy. Why aren't they being so secretive all of a sudden anyway? A witness can refuse to testify to avoid incriminating themselves, but a refusal to testify is suspicious in and of itself. I feel like a demon wouldn't fall under their law, but fair enough. I mean, even if
in their law, the demon probably wouldn't fall under it. On my own moral principles, like as an intelligent creature, he should have the same rights as every other intelligent creature. Tamora had no issue with Beatrice taking the stand earlier, so why would she change her tune when it comes to Maruna? Probably because Maruna might not be able to lie. Or some other kind of shenanigans with being a demon that is bound to someone. And despite what she said, Maruna seems like he disagrees with their decision the most. Or maybe it's something else. Is it possible that he is the weakest link of the three of them? Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't want to work for Beatrice at all. And so, he might be the key to implicating them. And according to the legends, demons take great pride in their ability to deceive and corrupt people. You wonder. I see, Marunat is well within his right to refuse, if that's what he truly wants. It is. Well, I suppose it's for the best. I doubt he'd be able to corroborate your story at all. Maruna grinds his teeth together. It sounds like metal grinding on metal. Considering his diminutive figure, I don't blame him for being a coward. Aaron, chill. Might be something that since he's under an oath, he cannot lie. Something like how if you know his true name, you can't control it. Yeah. Tyrone, I know what you're doing, but also, that's so mean. But Mr. Hubert, could you please refrain from provoking the literal demon? I want to see my tenure till my retirement, please. I only need 1 more year. Oh, it's fine, Your Honor. He can't do anything without his master's word. And between him and the defendant, it's clear that Beatrice is the brains of the operation. Oh. There we go. You shut your filthy celestial mouth. Maruna, what are you doing? I will not stand here and be insulted by a bloody Heavensborn. Heavensborn? Hold up. Do you think our Tyrone is an angel? This lawyer is mean. You should have seen flipping the Heavensborn? The heck? I am still within my contract. And I will not flee from the likes of him. We have no clue what your beef is, little guy. But you should have seen Ruby. Ruby really didn't hold back in the beginning. You want my testimony? I'll give you my goddamn testimony.
Objection.
Your Honor, my client does not consent to having her familiar testify. I don't think you can do that. I think he's his own person. Tamora, didn't you say earlier that Marunat is afforded the same rights as any other person? He has a right to refuse to testify, but only he can decide if he wants to exercise it. And he's clearly intent on giving it. So, Marunat, why don't you testify about what you were doing on the night of the murder? Gladly. He's got a scary face. I provided sight to my keeper while she spoke with the princess. I'll admit that she did cast invisibility on me during their conversation. She needed to keep me hidden after all. Very nice. Yeah, it's a very cool design. I like it a lot. But I never left the room where my master was. Nor did I steal the sword of spell eating. You have nothing on me, Heavensborn. You don't even have proof that I entered William Fragra's study. Do you honestly expect us to take your word for it? Or do you have any evidence to support your alibi? I only speak the truth, Heavensborn. There were mages other than my keeper that could have stolen the sword. And by your own admission, none of your witnesses saw me on the night of the murder. The one lacking evidence is you. Yeah. Trying to talk a demon into a corner is gonna be hard. It's kind of their whole deal in this world that they... Reminds me of SMT Incubus mixed with a more traditional demon. Have a very cute morning, very cute people. I'm not cute. None of your witnesses saw me when I was invisible. He has a point. You still need definitive proof that ties him to the murder.
Presenting contradicting evidence might not be possible. However, he's clearly lying in his testimony, and there's something strange about the way he's speaking. Why is he pausing so much? You're not seeing any thoughts through the eye, but perhaps you can try to interpret the meaning of his words. Interesting. I doubt the eye would work on him. Is this something that you frequently do? Yes, my keeper's accident left her completely blind. She looks through my eyes to see her surroundings. And did she look through your eyes while she was with the princess? Yes, she did. There's a pause there. Took a bit of a pause before answering your question. Wait, does that mean that she normally casts invisibility every hour? My keeper is a powerful mage, and my pact with her has only made her stronger. Wow, that's actually really impressive. Really? Casting spells may look effortless, but continuously casting spells takes a lot of stamina out of the caster. She must have a lot of stamina if she can cast high-level illusion every hour. And did your master leave the room while she was with the princess? No, I'm sure you remember, my keeper was under the careful watch of the Kingsguard and Lucio Steelwind. He's a seeing eye demon. He is a seeing eye demon. You're maintaining that you never left the ballroom. As I said, I never left the room where my master was. He has a habit of pausing before he responds to you, but it only happens sometimes. Is it some strange demon accent, or is it something else? Seems like he pauses each time he has to lie. I wonder if that's because it is temporarily like Beatrice speaking for him, or instructing him to say a certain sentence so he can lie. He might have something where he can't lie at all. Might be a technical truth. He needs one of these cute working animal harnesses. I think he'd resent that. He's speaking his words very carefully, which makes sense for a demon. Leveled them, yeah. Yeah, there's something about him, like fiddling with the truth. There's definitely something up, but I don't know exactly what. Here, pause again. Nor did I steal the sword of spell eating. Beatrice was one of the few mages present that could shatter the glass. Yes, but being able to do something and actually doing it are two different things. He's right. You won't be able to convict Beatrice unless she can connect Marunat to the murder. Sounds like he's being controlled somehow. Yeah, he might be. But you have a feeling he's the one that's going to give it to you. Yeah, he might actually want to be free from Beatrice. You have nothing on me, Heavensborn. You don't even have proof that I entered William Fragrant's study. Why do you keep calling me that? Oh, does the Heavensborn not know the nature of his blood? Your blood? Wait, could he be referring to your mother? Wait, do you know where my abilities come from? Tyrone, chill. You should not shout that through the courtroom. That's a secret, remember? That's the secret. Oh, how marvelous. You don't know, do you? That's a bad old band name. If you make a pact with me, child, I can tell you the nature of your blood. And much, much more. Mr. Hubert, please do not make deals with the devil in my courtroom. Not unless someone has a violin on hand. I wasn't planning to, Your Honor. He clearly knows something, but making deal with the demon is just asking for trouble. He could also just be trying to distract you. You should stay on task. Definitely more direct than most witnesses. Yeah, but he's still clearly lying. And there's something off about the way he's speaking. He pauses before saying certain statements. You need to interpret the statement that seems the most suspicious. You're not the defense. You shouldn't be playing devil's advocate. Objection. Stop talking about my mother.
Objection!
Your Honor, the witness... No? Not what I... Okay, I need to... interpret the most suspicious one.
Objection!
That's not the one. Is it this one then?
Objection!
This is the one. Objection, your mother. Flute was also work.
Wonder if the Maroonette lost the golden violin in the music battle. I don't think he's like the devil, he's just a demon. He keeps taking pauses before certain statements, but not all of them. And more importantly, his word choice was different at that time. Did he slip up? Maroonette, it looks like you misspoke and used the wrong word. What? Through most of your testimony, you referred to Beatrice Regra as your keeper. But you referred to her as your master during one statement. Why is that? For the first time, he doesn't have a response. So I'll ask you again, did you leave the ballroom that night? I didn't leave the room where my master was. He's using the word master again, even though you pointed it out. Why isn't he correcting it? Does that mean he's intentionally using that term? If so, why? Your Honor, my client pleads. Who cares? You weren't there. Has to be the reason why. One of Beatrice is not Maroonette's master. Beatrice is Beatrice's master, incredible. Okay, if you take his words at face value, the master he's referring to isn't Beatrice. And if Beatrice isn't his master, then this statement, I never left the room where my master was, would technically be true. But why even bother making that distinction? He clearly has no moral hang-ups about committing murder. He could have just lied. Like, wouldn't Maroonette simply lie? Because he can't. So why wouldn't he just lie in the testimony? Demons are not able to lie. No, it can't be. Demons are clearly different from humans, but wouldn't they seriously have a limitation like that? It would explain why Tamora and Beatrice were so opposed to having him testify. There's only one way to know for sure. Witness, can you repeat the following statement for me? Darren Cubert's hair is green. What kind of ridiculous request is that? Another pause. I'm afraid I must disagree, Mr. Cubert. Please don't waste your time with such random requests. I'm just conducting a little experiment, Your Honor. So I'll ask you again, Maroonette. Say that Darren Cubert's hair is green. Seems like you're similar to Faye, where they only speak literally, but they cannot tell lies instead. Yeah. Your Honor, Hubert is clearly making trivial requests to stall for time. His request is not worth a response from the witness. That's not what I'm doing, Tamora, and I think you know that. Maroonette, we truly don't know much about demons aside from the stories told in myths. So is it possible that demons are physically unable to lie? Like us? Damn it. I'm sorry, Mr. Cubert, but that seems quite ridiculous. Why wouldn't the witness be capable of lying? I genuinely don't know, Your Honor, but his testimony speaks for itself. He can easily refute it by granting my request. Say, Darren Cubert's hair is green, witness. Say it. You said it yourself. Darren Cubert's hair is green. That's not... See, he's being tricky. He is quoting me, which isn't the same. It's very clever. That's not what I asked for, witness. Repeat the statement I told you, word for word, nothing after or before it.
Objection!
Your Honor, the prosecution's argument is absurd. The witness is not obligated to justify such an outrageous request. I might be compelled to agree with you, Mr. Mora, if the witness wasn't clearly avoiding fulfilling that request. Well, we're all waiting, Maroonette. You can easily prove me wrong by repeating my statement plainly. Ah, you filthy heavens-born. Say it, Maroonette. Darren Cubert's hair is... Darren Cubert's hair is... blonde. You can't say it. Well, technically it's a dirty blonde. What I learned in boning school is... Oh, shut up. Is Mr. Cubert correct, Maroonette? Are you actually unable to lie?
I think his silence speaks for itself, Your Honor. Remarkable. I would have never imagined. And with that, proving my case becomes a much simpler matter. Maruna, did you murder William Fregra? I'm sure you understand, witness, under these circumstances, staying silent is basically an admission of guilt. You have no reason to stay quiet, Maruna. Tell them the truth. That's interesting. Lady Beatrice, what are you... I believe it's time to come clean. Don't you, Maruna? I see. So that's your play. Don't think you can just stall for time, Miss Fregra. Maruna has no choice but to answer the question. Do it, Maruna. Tell the court the truth. To answer your question, yes. I did murder William Fregra. Okay. Okay. We are the Heavens Born and this is Crash from Grace. Big drum solo to start the song. He's all little. Yeah, he's a small one. What are you doing? Miss Fregra, does this mean you are confessing to the murder? Oh, Your Honor, I'm not admitting to anything. This confession comes from Marunat himself. Oh, clever, clever. But your own familiar just... Let me ask you a question, Maruna. Did I order you to murder my father? No, you did not, Lady Beatrice. Oh, interesting. What are you talking about? You're lying, aren't you? She's throwing the little devil under the bus. Yeah, and he just has to go with it. His master may have, though, yeah. We know the keeper, but we don't know the master. Demons are physically unable to lie, Mr. Qbert. Damn it, she's right. She must have done something. Did she plan for this? She must have arranged things so that statement would be technically true. She could have asked someone else to give the order, or she could have just implied it. Either way, she can just plead ignorance and blame everything on Maruna. Still, this isn't over. Oh, is that so? Let me tell you, this trial was over the moment Arya turned her blade against me. I don't care who you are, man, king or demon, you're not going to get away with this. Hey, he's saying the line! It's the line. Oh, I do love the gravitas behind that, but I wonder how long it will last. Hit me with your best shot, Heavensborn. Now she is calling me that too? Beatrice Fregra, you may not have technically ordered your father's murder, but you were clearly acting with malice. You brought something dangerous into the manor, something that you knew would harm your father. Well, in the literal sense of man, king, or demon, given this case, has all three involved. Yeah, exactly. We had some... Well, I mean, technically we didn't have a king, we just had the crown. Or nobility. Of course, we just had people, and soon to be king. I mean, the youngest prince isn't gonna be the king, it's the oldest one, whom technically didn't come on the stand, but... honestly, the demon part is something that we mostly have everything. Oh, really? And what would that be? What was so dangerous that it implied lethal intent? I'm not sure exactly what they're... Oh, I can't save here. Never mind. I mean, wouldn't that be Marunat? Wouldn't Marunat be dangerous? Is the man, king, or demon line from Phoenix right? No, it's like... It's Tyron's line. It's something that he apparently already said when he was very young, whenever playing chess, and he kept it.
I mean, I don't know if Maruna would be argued to be, yeah, like a catchphrase. I don't know, would Maruna then be considered so dangerous as to be lead to intent? Yeah. You brought Marunat into Fragra Manor that night. You were clearly planning to murder your father from the start. Huh, I require Marunat to see. That does not imply lethal intent. See, that's what I was like, yeah, but he's her seeing eye demon. But you brought a demon into that house, and as a result your father was killed. That's hardly an innocent mistake. My client specifically asked your father if familiars were allowed. We even received a written legal confirmation beforehand. But he couldn't have possibly expected her to bring a demon. Hi, Sil! He didn't specify not to do this. The presence of Marunat did not break any of his rules, nor any laws made by the kingdom. Right you are, Tamora. I can hardly be blamed if my familiar acts without my knowledge. How can you be blameless in Marunat's actions? He's your familiar. Yeah, but the same could be said about the monkey. By that same logic, shouldn't we also blame Lord Haraldson for the actions of his pet monkey? If I recall, he broke into the study, tampered with the crime scene, and then left my father's body without reporting it. That's... Marunat and Eugene are intelligent and sentient creatures. They have their own autonomy. Their keepers aren't legally responsible for their actions. Damn it, she's playing devil's advocate. You suppose that's fitting for her. Oh no. Gosh dang, she's using the money defense. Man, she's using the devil's advocate defense. Whilst having a devil. But you still cast invisibility to keep Marunat hidden that night. Mr. Qbert, I always cast invisibility on Marunat. I can't very well let people see him. Face it, Mr. Qbert, you have nothing on me. I did not commit any crimes during the Lord's Ball. Every crime related to the murder was committed by Marunat. What about the shattering of the cage? Which one is that? Lockdown system? No. Method entry, is it then this one? Sword of spell eating. Yeah, it's this one. She must have cast a spell to break that thing. Well, to be fair, she has an argument that if it's like just her seeing eye demon and people would just go ballistic by seeing that, it's like, well, I had to keep him hidden to keep the peace. Beatrice, Marunat required your magic to break the wards regarding the sword of spell eating. You may be able to explain why you cast invisibility that night, but you can't explain why you cast an evocation spell powerful enough to shatter that display case. Oh Dad, I'd almost forgotten. I plead guilty. What? What? To the charge of grand theft, I mean. And I ordered Marunat to help me steal the artifact so I could sell it on the black market. Oh, okay. Well then. I would have never imagined that he'd use it to murder my father. Right, it doesn't matter if she's found guilty of stealing the sword. The Slayer rule only takes effect if she's found to be responsible for her father's death. Damn it. Is there seriously nothing you can do? Maruna will take the fall on Beatrice's behalf. No, this is not how the legal system works. Okay, so I need to... I need to remember exactly what each of these, like when I had to use these. I don't think appeal is gonna do anything. I don't think that's gonna do, so I guess threaten? Like, hey, are you willing to die? Appeals to emotion. Yeah, I remember in the beginning they said it, but it's like it doesn't happen frequent enough to register in my brain. So appeal is for the motion. Deflect is for... I don't remember. I forgot. I forgot. Appeals to the emotion. I know already that appeal was for emotion. What was deflect and threaten again? I think we should use threaten. I think that's the most... That's a very lovely tongue you have. Did you kill him? What? Runant, the sentence for first-degree murder is death. Are you really willing to die for your keeper's crimes? Oh, you stupid Heavensborn. Demons never truly die. When our bodies are destroyed, we return to the abyssal hells. Hell. If I were to die in accordance with your laws, I would only return to my plane unharmed. What? Even if I could die, a fate much worse than that awaits me if I fail. Those three are a pain to argue against when they're together. You can't break Beatrice's confidence at all. So, do you have anything else, Mr. Cubert? I didn't think so. Your Honor, it appears we found the true culprit. I can't believe you killed my father, Marunat. I'm so cross with you. I'm so angry. I should give my apologies. I won't do it again. By the virtue of you only having one father. Don't worry, I forgive you. Dang. Now then, is there any reason why this trial hasn't ended already, Your Honor? Come on, don't you have anything else? Is one thing. Ruby, what? Damn it, not again. Oh, is that all you can do now? Glare at me. He knows what's up. Bish, I'm from hell. Think I care if I die? He's gonna use the eyes, but I'm not sure if the eyes will work with Maruna there. Oh. What? Maruna, what did you just do? I've been watching him. He's been using an old celestial trick. I've been using an old celestial trick? But it's weak. The divine gaze won't work here, Heavensborn. It looks like that was your last piece, Cubert. No, this can't be how it ends. Not after you've come this far. What is it that you like to say in these situations? Checkmate, Cubert. Ruby! How dare! That's my line! Well, I have to say it's one of the more eventful trials I've overseen. It was many things, if not enlightening, but I suppose it all ended the same. Come on, think of something. Anything. While I find the defendant's actions quite suspect, I must agree with their argument. None of Miss Fregra's actions that night are legal under the Wyvern Guard law, and there's no proof that the defendant is responsible for her familiar's actions. With these revelations, I see no room for debate. Luna, you're letting a murderer... I'm thinking. Give me a moment. We will be taking a brief recess. I will announce my verdict once we resume. Damn it. Is this seriously how it's going to end? After everything you've gone through to get here? Hold up. That's my mom. That's my mom's... That's Frey's my mom. Why is my mom speaking to me? This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes. Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Runat called you a Heavensborn, and your mother told you that there's light within you. You have no idea what that means. What even is the divine gate? Why do you have the Eye of Horus? Why are you able to read people's minds? Yeah, I know there's a person unaccounted for, but the game's not letting me figure that out, and I don't think we have any way of finding that out right now. You've been so lost lately, but you thought you finally figured out who you're supposed to be. But all of this, everything you've been working towards, it was all a lie. You spent your whole life trying to be like Miss Demora, but is she even like her? No, she's just wanted to raise you in a tool for the Eye Taker. She was never your guardian. She was never your mother. Dang, Eris really got him. Your real mother died years ago. Was Eris right? Is everyone in your life just trying to use you? Looking back on it, you've had no idea what to do with yourself since your mother died. You've just been making mistake after mistake, leaving Aranax, trusting Timora, becoming an attorney. You've always just done as you're told. You never once made a path for yourself. But you saved Celeste, and Wallace, and Dragason. And when no one else would stand... Oh, when no one else would stand up for them. Was helping them a mistake? You fought for a dream that doesn't exist, but that doesn't mean you can't make it real. It's true that you followed Timora's lead, but you've always done what you thought was right above anything else. You wouldn't have stood up to that criminal if you truly didn't know right from wrong. And you wouldn't be standing here if you'd just done as you were told. What do I do now? We're just having a conversation with our dead mom in the middle of a courtroom. I wonder how that looks for everyone else. Are we just like spacing out a couple seconds, or have we been standing there catatonic for like several minutes? You need to just ask him. Bruna doesn't have to give an answer, and he doesn't have to give a direct answer, so it is unlikely he would give us any lead on who his master is. I'm not going to tell you that. You already know the answer. You've always known the answer. You take a deep breath and relax your thoughts. How do you prove that Beatrice ordered Maruna? Situations can seem hopeless sometimes, but there's always a way to win in the end. Camera zooms out, you're convulsing on the floor. He has to give a technically correct answer, or he just doesn't answer at all. He doesn't have to answer, he can just stay quiet. And seeing as it doesn't have anything to do with the case, we can't make him talk. Like, it doesn't throw extra suspicion on him. Use testimony that kills Beatrice. Nah, we need to connect. Use physical evidence that connects Beatrice and Bruna. Use testimony. Tell a lie. Use deduction. How do I prove? How do I prove? I did notice a slight slip up in what she said, but I'm unsure if I should say it at this time. No, okay, let me know. What did she say? Because then, like, it's something that I would have literally seen, so... repeating it, I don't see a problem with it at this time. Might help me to figure something out. She said that he used the sword to kill her dad, but we know that the murder weapon was the letter opener. Yeah, true. Though I think in this case, the sword was used to get through the locks on the door, so it could have just been her referring to that. I don't think that is interesting that we have other people too. Use deduction that connects. Testimony that connects? Do we have physical evidence? In order to convict Beatrice, I need to prove that she was responsible for Runet's actions. People leave trails, even when they think they've committed the perfect crime. Something always gets left behind. There has to be something that proves Beatrice gave Runet the order. Beatrice's relationship with Runet is clearly different than a relationship between two humans. She might have not said it, but she might have told it. They can communicate, like, in their heads, telepathically, because of the bond. Their connection is facilitated through a pact. There's a specific way the relationship works, or their pact, as Runet calls it. No. Wasn't there something that someone said? But what was it? Who told you something about demonic pacts? Who told me something about demonic pacts? Was I told something about demonic pacts? Who told me something about demonic? Would it have been Harold? Could have been Eris. Yeah, no, I think it was Harold that told me stuff about blood contracts where if one doesn't hold up their bargain, they die. Right? Oh right, the sword of spell eating is said to have been forged using a pact between a demon and a mage. Isn't making a pact with a demon just asking for trouble? They definitely betray you the first chance they got. Well, legends say that demons often crafted blood contracts for this reason. Wait, do you mean like a legally binding document? The concept is similar, but once you sign a blood contract, both you and the demon are magically compelled to fulfill its terms. That's right, Beatrice must have made a blood contract with him. A legally binding document like that must describe how the relationship works. Leaf did tell you that Beatrice would never trust someone that she couldn't control. And my mom again. Leaf did tell you that Beatrice would never trust someone that she couldn't control. So she would only put herself in a situation where she had full control over Marunet's actions. But it's not as if they'll ever show it to me. It would be a tall order to even prove that blood contracts even exist. I guess you have a point. But if you ask me, I think you've done a wonderful job so far. Aw, thanks. Thanks, Dad, Mom. So just this once, let me guide you the rest of the way. Aw, I'm getting a freebie. Thanks, Mom. What? Aaron, your eyes don't actually read minds. You know, that is good to know. Your Honor, my mom said. Your mom's dead. My mom's dead. They give you the means to reveal truths that are being concealed. So, if you don't lie, they don't work. I see. Get an deal free cards from beyond the grave. You can pull the truth out of anyone. And anything. Your Honor, my mom said that I have to go home for dinner. Prosecutor, isn't your mom dead? My mom's dead. She's having a full-on mental breakdown. The truth. So, say it together with me. Runat, Dweller of Avernus. Suddenly we know things. How long have we been out? You're like, yeah, sorry, I called a friend, my mom, from beyond the grave, and she gave me the answers. Wait, what are you doing? By the Eye of Horus, I issue upon you a divine edict. Okay. My mom called, sorry. Can I phone a friend? Is it your mom in the room crying? Your Honor, it's clearly 9 AM and I need to go to bed. It's like, Tyron just stood there silently for a minute and suddenly is speaking like in flipping old Bible scriptures. Like, Tyron, are you okay? Be not afraid. Suddenly there's many eyes. Release thy guards and manifest your blood contract with Beatrice Friedra. Okay. Beatrice's blood contract has been added to your note. Oh, we just manifested it. Okay, it's a legal document written in blood. It's also 50 pages long. Luckily, you somehow know the excerpt of the exact section you need. Ah, nice magic. He's having a stroke. He's having that's a lot of blood. Yeah, I mean, you might maybe. I mean, maybe if you dilute it, it still counts. I don't know. Blood doesn't seem like the best writing tool, honestly. Like it dries up really quickly. Like you're not gonna be able to write 50 pages with blood that you just like unless you have a constantly open wound and just dip your pencil in, like your fountain pen into your arm every so often, and even then. Mom says we can go to McDonald's if I win the case. Well, my mom says that we can go to Disneyland if I win the case. Oh man, Disneyland is so much cooler than McDonald's. It's not fair. And then Volkswagen told me there's a whole lot of blood in people's bodies. And just bursting together. Nah, I mean there's a whole lot of blood in people's bodies, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be like blood has this thing in it that that makes it coagulate the moment it's outside of the body to, you know, stop you from bleeding out whenever you have a cut, which doesn't make it the best tool for writing stuff. My mom can beat up your mom. Your Honor, my mom said we can go to the swimming pool after this case and we can get ice lollies. And like, okay, you win this case if I can also have an ice lolly. Deal. Brunette is prohibited from killing or injuring any and all humans. Beatrice Frigra can designate individuals that are exempt from this rule. And exempted individuals will only remain so for 24 hours. After that, Brunette cannot harm them unless told otherwise. You did it, but how? Your dead mom helped you. Is that really your... No, that's not important right now. I mean, I think it's important, but I guess right now you gotta focus on this. She gave you what you needed. The rest is up to you. What in the nine hells was that? You, when did you learn to... Mr. Kubert, what just happened? Your Honor, I just made the witness manifest their blood contract. Don't ask me how. I have no clue. You did what? Blood contract? You can think of it as a legally binding document. It lays out all the terms of the pact between Beatrice Fregra and her familiar. The gasp. Incredible. Where did you learn how to do such a thing? The library? Well, to think that our kingdom had access to such knowledge. Yeah, I'm not buying it. How did you really find out how to do that? Now, that's a sentence. Which one? Also push-ups. One sec. So this lawyer only wins the case because his mommy steps in and solves it for him. Well, this is the first time his mom stepped in. I think I need to go to the library more often. Hello, Tenny. Now he wins because he cheats. Also, lawyer mom submitted... His mom submitted into the evidence. I don't think anyone knew. A sentence about him revealing the blood contract. Yeah, that was a sentence. He wins because he's part celestial, apparently. Apparently. I mean, it's only fair. The opponents have a demon. Not, I think they can request a mistrial. I mean, she has a demon, so nothing really off the board. Part Divine Gate, part Angel, or some stuff is going on. And Celeste is like, yeah, I'm not buying it. How did you really find out how to do that? It's a long story. You're not sure if she'd believe you even if you told her. She's believed you a lot so far. Anyways, the defense's argument is such. Marunet was acting alone and the defendant is not to blame for his actions that night. However, take a look at page 7 of this blood contract. It specifies that Marunet is prohibited from killing any and all humans. There's only one scenario where he can do so. And that's when Beatrice Fregra designates someone to be exempt from this rule. You. Beatrice Fregra, you didn't directly order Marunet to kill your father, but you implied it by telling Marunet that he could kill him. Did he print the yeah, it just manifested from thin air. It just... And he immediately knew exactly what it said too. He just... It sounds like, here, let me do your homework for you. Oh god, of course blood pact contract stuff is coming in a fancy large game. Yeah, it's... Apparently we're part celestial, whatever that means. And our dead mom just spoke to us and just... did our homework for us. Not only that, you did so with within the 24 hours of the Lord's Ball. Your intent was clear. You brought Marunet into Fregra Manor with full knowledge that he could and would kill William Fregra. And that is checkmate. Little angel boy. Well, we don't know if it's angel. I mean, if he's really an angel, then how did his mom die? Like, some stuff is up, but... And just when I thought the surprises were over. But in the end, we arrived at the truth. I suppose I can't disagree with that. What do you have to say for yourself, Lady Fregra? Do not call me that. It's almost funny that you hate your name that much. The entire plan depended on your claim to the Fregra estate. Do you have any idea what you've just cost me? Everything has been ruined because of you. Why should I care? You're just another noble trying to steal power for yourself. Don't you dare lump me in together with those tyrants. Why, we wouldn't have just liberated House Fregra, we would have liberated everyone. Miriam, Leif, Arya, even Aster. Our system is broken. The only way we can fix it is by burning it from the inside. As long as King Oliver sits on the throne, the suffering will only continue. Lady Fregra, I mean, she might already have the death sentence. She might as well just throw in some going against the, yeah, some treason for flavor as a treat. Bea does have very pretty hair shading. As the prosecutor, I should warn you, you don't want to add treason to your list of crimes. Even though you'd like to see the king asked as much as she does. It doesn't matter. I'm done either way. Heavensborn. Look at page 46 of Blood Contract. By accepting this pact, Beatrice Fregra forever binds her soul to the abyssal hells. Oh, shoot. If Beatrice Fregra fails to pay her debt by claiming House Fregra and all of its assets, her soul, her mind, and her life will be claimed by the Empress of Discord. Hey! Guess who that is? That's Eris. That doesn't sound good. Can we just, like, give it to her, like, for a bit, just so she gets out under that one? Can we just give it to her, like, as a treat? Like, it doesn't say that she has to claim it forever. She can just have it for, like, 10 minutes. The contract goes on to name several parts of House Fregra's holdings. There's very little room of ambiguity. There's no page that just says, fuck you. Arya was almost right. She just jumped to the wrong conclusion. My debts were never to the Eye Taker. It was to the Abyssal Hells. Why would she agree to something like this? Because I miscalculated. In this folder are records of your many plots against House Steelwind and the Crown. It would be a shame if this information fell into their hands. You think this feeble attempt at a blackmail will frighten me? I've dealt with far more formidable adversaries than you. There's nothing I can't solve with House Fregra's resources. What are you talking about? Lucio Steelwind isn't the type of person you can just buy. It's clear your time away has taught you nothing. Everyone can be bought. Before I left, he controlled every aspect of my life.
I saw him as this unstoppable tyrannical force. But I never even considered one possibility. That William Fregra was a sheltered moron. Yeah, I guess he honestly thought he could pay off Lucio Steelwind. Anyone who's met him would know that would never work. I could have sent this information to House Steelwind and the King, but I was running out of time. I needed to inherit House Fregra as soon as I could. I felt trapped. I felt angry. I just wanted something to change. Yeah. She called her own dad a moron. Something about this feels wrong. Something deep inside you is crying out in anger. A blood contract is still a legal contract, isn't it? What? If it's a contract, we can dispute it. We can find some kind of loophole to get you out of it. He's like, okay, look, I want the truth and I want fairness. But also, this is wrong. Yes, Tyron. Can't particularly blame her. That did seem like, yeah, her... Honestly, I don't think anyone is sad that he's dead. He really deserved it. He was an absolute just... Like, even Arya just straight up said, like, yeah, he's a chauvinistic pig. Just, she knows how to hold her tongue, and she didn't hold her tongue. So, I mean, it's a contract, and we're a lawyer. Let's find some loopholes. What? Trying to redeem the enemy you just defeated. You really are Heavensborn. You goody two-shoes, you... He's better than that, but last... I mean, to be fair, we shouldn't just let people kill people because we don't like them. I don't think that's a good place to be in, but... I can't exact... Like, I'm not feeling that mad at her. Like, in... What she did isn't right, but also, you can see where she was coming from. I'm sorry, Mr. Kubert, but I won't accept your help. What? Why? We can at least try, right? Did you seriously come this far just so you could die? To dispute a blood contract is to bet your own soul. If you fail to render it null, your soul will be dragged to hell alongside hers. Oh, that's a... Oof. I don't blame her for what she did, nor the reason she did it, but them's the breaks. Yeah, them's the rules. And the rule says no murder. And I... She did wasn't right. It was really that... No, it was wrong. What she did was wrong. And I understand exactly where she's coming from, but also... The punishment, like, the thing is that the punishment she's now facing is far greater than what she deserves. Even your divine blood won't save you from that fate. Yeah, I don't think a blood contract, like... Demons are, in this lore, is like, they pride themselves on tricking humans. I doubt the blood contract will have easy loopholes. But still, I can't just... You've beaten me, Mr. Kubert. I don't want to drag anyone else down with me anymore. Not you, not Leif, not Miriam. Despite everything, I still have my dignity. I believe there's no further need to prolong this trial. Bailiff, please escort Lady Fregra and her familiar to a holding cell. Only suffer the staff. I don't think we can do that. You make a deal with the devil, you best be ready. This is a demon, not the devil. Different guy. I'll be passing my verdict shortly. What if he just... What if he's like, not guilty? Like, here. Take this stuff anyway. We all know you're guilty. You make a deal with the devil, you best dirty. Give a devil boy a cracker. I could take it. Oh, a demon? Hell nah. She's doomed either way. She cannot fulfill the contract. Well, the contract says that she has to take all of the estates. No, nothing says that we can't just give it to her. Although, I'm not sure if that's what's gonna happen. I hope she can be saved, but maybe she's just doomed. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, as okay as I can be. I just spoke to my dead mum. You still feel uneasy about how things turned out. It doesn't feel quite like the victory you were hoping for. And imagine it's an airtight thing. Specifically wording and all that. Yeah, exactly. Dedge. You fought against the demons, and you can't help but feel like you lost. Hubert? Uh-oh. We need to talk. We do, but also, last time we talked in private, you took me to a mafia den. What's done is done, but the boss isn't going to take kindly to what you've done today. I know it's a long shot, but maybe if you talk to him, he'll... No. Hubert! Hubert, this is serious! He's going to send people after you. Dangerous people. You can't just ignore this. Thinking back to Eris. Sowing doubt in her for her boy. How old were you? How old were you when your real mother was executed? 10 years old? Tamora was the adult in that situation. And what did she do? She fed your anger and hatred for the nobility, instead of allowing you to process your grief healthily. Tamora took you away from your only friends and isolated you from society. As a result, you never formed any other relationships. She isolated you because she wanted to use you. Please, just listen to me and... She's Tyrone. I mean, like, fair, but also... Yikes. Shut up. Tyrone? How could you do this? How could you work with criminals? Hubert, Everything you told me, all those ideals about protecting the weak, it was all a lie. Everything Commander White said about you is true, isn't it? I'm just trying to... I don't want your help. As you yelled at her, your voice echoes through the lobby. Several of the people nearby turned silent. Carol, this isn't... Like, I know you've had a rough time, but, you're too old to have a temper tantrum? I mean, I suppose realizing that maybe, or at least believing you were used, might get you emotional, but... Buddy, you're in public. I gave up everything for you. My childhood, my home, my happiness. Time and place, yeah, exactly. I left it all behind to chase the ideal that you told me you were fighting for. But it was never real, was it? You made me throw away everything. All for a goddamned lie. But I'll make it real. And I'll do it without you. Tyrone, As she reaches her hand out to you, you step away from her. You never cared about me, did you? All you cared about was using the Eye of Horus. That's not... Shut up. I don't want to hear any more of your damn lies. Oh, he's really laying into her. This isn't the temper tantrum, this is the bottle of a shaky shelf falling off after 20 years. About 10 years, but yeah. Yeah, I suppose you're right. This is the final bit. The realization. I mean, Eris might have been trying to seek chaos, but she wasn't entirely wrong. Ruby took him away from the place he knew. His friends, the people in his area, and he's been isolated from society ever since. Partly because he couldn't control the Eye of Horus and being in crowded places was too much for him, but can't have been good for a grieving child. The straw of hay that broke the camel's back. Yeah. Go away. Get the hell away from me. I never want to see you again. Without a word, she walks away from you. Tyrone. She reaches out her hand to hold yours again, but she hesitates this time. Yeah, Eris has done a number on our boy. Do you honestly think Celeste will ever love you? I'm sure you understand now. Tomorrow I can only afford to pay her exorbitant salary because of my father. You've already burned that bridge, so where do you think the Crimson Demon will go when you can't afford her services anymore? Do you think she has the luxury of playing around with you for free? Or did you actually think that she enjoys spending time with you? Tyrone, you have to look at this rationally. Any support or affection that she gives you has only been to keep you as an employer. No. Oh, we're resisting this one. What? You can't just retroactively alter a flashback. Not fair. I can't believe it. You've actually won. Tyrion, Celeste, there's no way for you to avoid checkmate next turn. Just surrender. There, what about that? Checkmate. Damn it. You've been acting weird since we arrived in Orinax. Does it have something to do with your mother? Please, just talk to me. I'm your friend, aren't I? Your hands are trembling. Why are you so scared right now? You feel Celeste holding your trembling hand from behind you. It's the same sensation you felt back then. Your anxiety fades and you take a deep breath. I'm not going to do that, Mr. Mora. As she hesitates to hold your hand, you reach out and grasp it.
No! I don't think he can challenge his adopted mother to a fist fight. I don't think that would be a good idea. Well, she didn't get paid to dance. Well, she did say that she used that, like, the thing that kind of messed with him is that she said, like, yeah, I had to learn how to do this to, like, keep employers around. So he thought back to that. It's like, wait, is she just playing me? Yeah, yes, you can. But if it isn't retroactive, Ares is realistically a demon and probably can communicate with him and mess with his mind. I don't think Ares changed like she did in the memories. Oh. Yeah, we're breaking through it. She smiles as you take hold of it. She seems glad you didn't pull away this time. Without thinking, you pull her into a hug. Oh. Huh? Sorry, I just really need this right now. Yeah, I mean, poor guy can use a hug. Should I stop? No, it's just people are staring at us. You shouted really hard. Eris was changing her pose in the memories. I didn't think she changed when she was speaking to Tyne. Yeah, no, in the memory she reacted differently. Like, we didn't say no, so it did seem like maybe she was actually there. Who cares what they think? They're nobles. Tyrion, I think you're on thin ice. They're going to hate us no matter what we do. Oh, he's repeating back to her what she said to him. Oh. Cute, they're adorable. You're still unsure of what you're going to do next. But perhaps you don't need to. Even if tomorrow's ideal was a lie. Hey Celeste, there's been something I've been wanting to tell you about. Oh, what is it? It's hard to explain really. I don't even know where to begin. Oh, we're trusting her to tell about the Eye of Horus. Darion is a romantic mastermind. I don't think he's a romantic mastermind, but he's at least realizing that Celeste actually does care about him. But it's about an ability I have. I call the Eye of Horus. He is telling her. Even that ideal was a lie, you have the power to make it real. And even if you can't trust tomorrow anymore, you have people in your life that you can trust. Oh, that was the end. He has that unspoken riz. Ooh, after chapter stuff. What a fine mess this is. Arcane has complete and utterly ruined everything. As much as Tamora hates it, we're going to need to put him in the ground. I don't think that will be necessary. Sorry, love. I know you're fond of him, but I can't let an insult like this go unanswered. He's going to have to pay the price. I think you've misunderstood me, father. I think you've misunderstood me, father. I meant that this facade is no longer necessary. What? Oh, he doesn't like whatever he's seeing. What the hell? Is something wrong, father? Who the hell are you? Yeah, she was never his child. You look nothing like my daughter, so why? Oh, shoot, he was seeing someone else the whole time. Oh no, he was seeing someone else the whole time. Oh no, where's your child? Where's your action? I was already like, she looks nothing like him. He was seeing someone else the whole time. Oh no. It happened centuries ago, I believe. What? Your great ancestor hated the monarchy and needed a weapon to fight the mages of the noble house. So he had made a pact with me. What are you talking about? But things didn't turn out like he wanted, I'm afraid. Poor Lord Laren's plot was discovered, and his noble house was stripped of its rank and status.
His very name was stricken from the annals of history.
So that might have been the man in the painting that disappeared. I'm not sure if she was the one who made the spell sealing sword, but she...
He was supposed to give me Wivengard, but I had to settle for claiming his bloodline.
Lyron, how do you know about my name? Well, she was your daughter, or I guess she thought that she was your daughter. His name is John Lyron. Wait, did his eye just... Okay, no, I thought I saw an eye twitch. It was just him blinking. No one knew about that name. Not even my real daughter. Oh, damn. Speaking of that, where is she?
I know, it's been centuries, but I haven't forgotten, John. Everyone in your bloodline belongs to me, including your daughter.
You bastard! What did you do to her?
What do I do to all my prey? I make her suffer.
No.
Did you know that she was crying out for you for months? I made her watch, you know. I made her watch as I took her place. All while the father that she so desperately called out for forgot who she was. All while my minions slowly and painfully tore her soul apart.
You monster! You goddamn monster!
I enjoyed her torment while it lasted, but even that couldn't satisfy me. What I really crave is the blood of a celestial.
That's what this is about? That stupid kid?
But I can't have you kill my dear Tyrion just yet. At least not until I'm done with him.
You goddamn demon! I'll kill you!
This man is your enemy. Your life's goal is and has always been to exact revenge on him.
What the hell are you talking about? You! I lost everything because of you! They kicked me out of the Inquisition because of your false testimony. But what? Let go of me. You killed my entire family. I'm Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. I won't let you get away with this. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. Hey, isn't that the noble who killed all those children? I heard he got released by paying off the judge. What are you all talking about? Get away from me. Don't lie to us. We know what you did. No, stay away.
We finally entered the final act, my dearest Tyrion. And from what I've seen, I think I know exactly how I'm going to break you. I hope you're just as excited as I am.
Well, that was something. Right, perfect timing. I'm holding my... Okay, it's getting... We'll take a water break. The next case is going to be about back child support payment. Just the one who made the spell sealing sword. Might be Celeste's bloodline. I don't know. Still think you can fix her? Mate, she's 16, I jumped ship. Aeon jumped ship the moment he learned that she was 16. He was like, nope, I'm out. Although probably the daughter was 16. She's like 100-year-old demon, but yeah, it's still weird. Right, this time it's been 30 minutes now. I'm sorry. I also need to go to the toilet. Yeah. Isn't that a thing in anime? Like the young character that's actually like centuries old? They're pulling an anime. Okay, I have a lot of thoughts. But I need to go to the toilet. So we're gonna have a 3 minutes ant break so we don't have to deal with pre-roll and I can grab some water and go to the toilet. So one sec.